In this video, we're going to show you 14 frugal things that frugal families don't do. Number 1, spoil their kids. It's necessary to give a child encouragement and to give them what they want from time to time. But if you're consistently giving your child what they want whenever they want, then you're teaching them bad habits for their financial future. An ultimate frugal living tip that you can practice is to start teaching your kids that they can't have everything they want whenever they want. This will avoid your children developing the habit of impulsive buying, and it will teach them to be patient whenever they want something. Number 2, forget to teach their children about investing in themselves. If there's something that even adults forget to do, it's investing in themselves. Fortunately, forgetting to teach yourself will likely mean that you'll forget to teach your kids, and that can really impair their financial success growing up. Frugal families will always inspire their children to read books, learn new skills, or watch tutorials on YouTube so as to learn how to be handy by saving money in the future. Number 3, neglect saving up for the children's education. School is one of the biggest debts that befall any American. So if there's anything that a parent can do for their kids, it's to avoid having them to pay those expensive loans off. And that's exactly what frugal families do. It's as easy to save up for kids' education as it is to save up for your retirement. So, if you can start early enough, you only have to put a small percentage of your paycheck every month and watch the savings grow. You can even get your kids to start saving when they're old enough for work. Number 4, avoid teaching their kids about finances. Money is necessary for survival, and frugal financial tips can make life more enjoyable. Which is why frugal families will take the opportunity to teach their kids about various finances and have an easier life ahead of them. Plus, they'll be able to have a secure financial future for their kids and many generations to come. Number 5, let their family buy personal items consistently. There's nothing wrong with buying personal items, but as with anything else in life, there needs to be a limit. Letting your children buy personal items often can develop impulsive spending habits. So, frugal families will avoid having their children spend a lot on personal items and teach them to save instead. Number 6, upgrade tech gadgets whenever possible. With children born in the age of technology, it might be normal for them to be holding phones in their hands sometimes before they can speak. Unfortunately, this sometimes can cause them to always want the latest trend, even if this means replacing a perfectly good tech gadget. However, frugal families will be certain to teach their children the frugal living tip of, if it's not broken, then don't replace it. Number 7, keep chargers plugged into the wall. Did you know that energy is still being used even when a plug in the wall is not charging anything? These costs can add up to unsuspecting families. But frugal families know this and will always remind themselves and their families that whenever they're done charging their phones, to unplug the charger as well. Number 8, eating out regularly. It's almost unavoidable to eat out when you got a family, and while it's not a bad thing to eat out every once in a while, it can become increasingly expensive. That is, if you do it regularly. That's why you won't see frugal families eating out all that often. In fact, most frugal families will only eat out if they know they have a discount somewhere or on very special occasions such as birthdays and holidays. Number 9, using the thermostat for minute temperature changes. There's a much cheaper way to get warmer or colder than having to change the thermostat by a degree here and there. A great habit of frugal people that save money is to always dress in layers. So if you and your family get too warm, you can just remove a layer or two, but if you get too cold, you can just add those layers back on. Number 10, buying a new toy whenever their children breaks them. Instead of taking the easy path to replace a broken toy, or by just getting a new one, you can make the most of the moment and teach your kid one of the most invaluable frugal living tips. It's the skill of DIY. So that way, the next time that your kid breaks a toy, take the time to fix it for them. Number 11, buy mostly frozen or pre-made meals. If you have a frozen pizza or frozen lasagna in your refrigerator, that's totally fine because having those once in a while is okay. But having a frozen or pre-made meal all the time is going to be costing your family more than necessary. Frugal families will focus on filling up their freezers with food that they made or meat that was on sale, so that way they can save the most money possible. Naturally, this habit passes them on to the kids, who can also make the most of their money by avoiding frozen and pre-made meals. Number 12, spend money for family nights. If you feel like you have to spend money for a good family night, then you're sorely mistaken. There's a ton of different ways to have free family nights, which don't even cost a single dime with just a quick search on Google. In fact, brainstorming ways to have a family-free night with your family can even be a fun event on its own. Number 13, order food when their kids have friends over. Ordering food for your kids and their friends can be an expensive endeavor. That's why many frugal families steer clear of ordering food, and instead will make their own food for their kids. This is not only a much cheaper alternative, but is actually a lot healthier. Lastly, number 14, shopping without a specific list. Whenever you have a family, the grocery list becomes sustainably longer and substantially more expensive. Frugal families know this and will take even greater care to always shop with a list. This way, they don't end up getting tempted and driven away from their budget by spending on items they don't really need.